slides. We can always miss it.
No,
Not tonight.
7:30, I'm going to call the meeting to order. And I'll have the pledge of allegiance. We had a flag.
We did. Where'd it go? I took you back out. Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. So let's
A little
stand
scattered
up.
today.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda for a discussion before we go into any other business.
To do what?
Have a discussion.
Oh, to allow
before
it,
we-
okay. I thought you said barn, I'm sorry.
Can you take the minutes for tonight?
In a minute, please.
Second the motion.
Okay, all those in favor of changing the,
Can I ask what the discussion's about? Or is it executive session discussion?
no, it's not executive session. Yes, it's about the petitions,
Okay, terrific.
okay? Everybody in favor?
Sure.
Okay, Amanda, do you want to?
Sure. So I sent an email today to the town clerk to ask for an update because last year she called me and let me know that, there was enough signatures. So I emailed her today and her response was, yes, it'll be on the agenda and you will find out tomorrow. And
Snippy.
I emailed her back and I said, well, does that mean there's enough signatures? And she said, so just read the email, it's easier that way. Okay, so I emailed her,
And who was this?
the town clerk, Valerie Bitzer. So, blah, blah, blah,
What was the
blah.
word she used? Not discrepancies, deficiencies.
Yeah, so I said, just sort of following up on this matter, can you provide me with an update? Have the signatures been reviewed? I have a library board meeting tonight and I wanted to provide the library trustees with an update. I know it's on the agenda for tonight's meeting, but I was wondering if you completed the review of the process. So she says, yes, the matter is on the agenda tonight. I will have an update for you tomorrow morning. So I followed up and it said, I understand it's on the agenda, but my question is, what is the final count after you reviewed them? She said to me, we have reviewed the petitions and there are a number of deficiencies I've confirmed are questions with the Board of Elections. I will have to get back to you with the actual number. So I emailed her back and I said, so then does that mean the board won't be voting on to approve them tonight? If you could be clear and provide more details, it would be greatly appreciated. I've not heard from her.
So our question is, how do we handle this? They're having a town board meeting right now. How can there be,
Should we
she
just go
hasn't,
over that?
Oh, just storm over.
Yeah.
well, that's an option and that's
Let's go.
why
It's
I
an
want
option.
to.
Let's go. We've never had a board off-site. Let's do it.
Yeah. Is that everybody's?
Just I mean,
Yes.
Let's just discuss it a little bit.
sure. What time did they start?
Started at 7.
7.
Okay.
And Amanda's looked at the agenda. We're down the line.
They had 5 public hearings before the new business.
Okay.
But here's the thing. She waited until today when she had those petitions on Wednesday.
Right, on our agreed upon day.
Yes.
That we agreed upon months ago.
Yes. And she waited until the end of today, so there is no opportunity for us to address whatever the issue is.
Right, I reached out to her mid-afternoon.
So they could have gone ahead and just thrown the whole thing out. Now, we've got 93 more signatures than were required. Deficiencies, what can the deficiencies be? We asked them to print their names. We have their addresses. The staff checked all of the signatures to make sure that they were legitimate members of our voting public. We checked the addresses, whether they were registered voters, the whole 9 yards. How can there be deficiencies in 93 signatures or more? Does not make sense.
I think we have to, I think it's a good idea to go over there, but I think we have to hope that she's just being pompous.
Being what?
Pompous.
Just reminding everyone that we are being recorded.
Yep.
So just
I
Yeah.
just wish there was a little more professional courtesy given,
Yes.
you know, there should have been a
Right,
phone call
absolutely.
earlier, there should have been a
Yeah.
conversation, you know,
Not
there,
only that, but professional respect that they actually do their job in time, right?
We did it.
To their
We were
credit,
Well,
out
the
there.
library is
Right.
part of the town too.
Well,
hold on
not
and say, no,
really.
no, we're not, and I wanna make that
No.
very
That's
clear
yes.
for other reasons.
Right.
Because, and I wanna be clear on that, we are not part of the town whatsoever.
No.
They collect the taxes on our
For us,
behalf,
right.
Right.
but we are not part of the town in any way, shape, or form. And I wanna be clear on that, because we are on recording, and there is a matter of tax certiorari, where the town has come back to us and said, the tax collections were lower than what was anticipated, so we need money back from you. And it's our position that we are not a line item on the town's budget. The town, if they undercollected, should have reserved for
Mhm.
their own undercollections. We're a static line item budget number. You're an agent for us.
Right.
It's a
Now-
whole separate thing.
We all know that this was one of the most difficult times for us to get those signatures. Every single one of those 20 sheets, 20 signature sheets, probably represents an hour of trustee time.
Sometimes more.
51,
Sometimes
51
more.
pages.
I would agree that we should go over there and find out what's going on, but I think we should fully anticipate not being able to speak at the meeting.
I think you're probably right. But I think if we go over there, what's people's feeling about that? Do people feel that's the appropriate thing for the board to do? Amanda and I could just go over, or we could present ourselves en masse.
What I will say is also for the benefit of the doubt of things, she did say that it would be on the agenda for tonight.
Yes,
And she did say that it was reviewed. Now, if we gave it to her Wednesday, there was a weekend involved here, so it was Thursday and Friday that they had essentially to review things. You know, and it's, right,
And
it's a
today.
holiday weekend, and today, but it's also, you know, almost 800 signatures, so maybe we give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not saying we don't go over, I'm just saying we're a little hot under the collar with the notions of things.
my concern is that we agreed on those dates.
Oh,
So
I agree.
they agreed
100%.
that they could get the work done in time for this meeting tonight.
Is
So-
the fear that they didn't review it in time and it's all valid, or that they have found discrepancies which we have not
She
had
said
time
there
to
were
solve?
She
deficiencies.
said there were deficiencies, and my concern is that their next town meeting is after when she needs to submit it to the county board of
Understood.
elections.
Understood.
That's my concern.
We won't have
Interesting.
time, in other words,
That's right.
Correct.
to fix anything or
Yeah.
address the
Yeah.
deficiencies.
Well, then I think it's important that at least somebody go over, but I do
Absolutely.
think that as many of us can go over as a group, that it represents something even without the necessity to say something, but I think it
Yeah.
represents something.
You don't think that's too forceful?
I
I
think
don't-
it's aggressive.
Why not?
I think it's
aggressive.
I
I
think
don't care if
so.
it's
I
aggressive.
think one or
No,
two
no,
people
no.
should go.
I
What's wrong
agree.
with-
What's the
Because we
aggressiveness?
don't, I don't know, I think the whole board showing up to a meeting that we rarely, if not never attends, kind of is,
Except
I
that
think- I
is,
think
it's
it
a
shows-
public meeting.
That this means a great deal to us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't,
It's true, it
Sure,
does.
that's so,
I
don't
think
think it's
it's
necessary.
assertive. I don't, it would be
Yeah.
aggressive if we went in demanding to
Storm.
speak.
Which is, yeah.
There's
Just why I said
nothing
we should
wrong with
expect
being
that.
assertive.
Also, you know, and maybe that's something that we change. We start showing up for things like that. If
Right.
things, if things
Well-
that
Absolutely.
affect us are
Why
on the
not?
agenda.
Right.
absolutely.
You know,
I don't think we have a lot more time left to decide this because it's already
Yeah.
40 minutes into their meeting.
Oh, do you want a motion?
Hold up, if we, so we would be ending our meeting and going to that one, are we allowed to do that?
Sure.
We'll probably just have to have
after I
another
made a
meeting.
whole financial
Or we
report.
could come back and finish up the meeting, if it isn't too late.
Sure.
I know.
Do you want a motion?
Yeah,
I make a motion that we, vote
Stop the
on
council.
going over to the other meeting.
or adjourn this meeting, maybe.
Okay.
Adjourn this board meeting and attend this.
I'd say table, but yeah.
All right,
Seconded.
second, all in favor?
Let's shake that on.
You voting no? Okay. One, and abstentions, any abstentions? Susan, where are you?
I'm typing.
But how are you voting?
Maybe down on the keyboard.
I'm not loving the idea of having like 12 or 15 people show up at the town board meeting. I
Right.
think that having, like, 2 representatives or a small group of
Small,
representatives
okay.
would be more than
Not
appropriate.
against
Yeah.
that.
I think that's.
Are you
Right.
gonna be able to, address them at all, because you're going to go to the meeting, but you may not be able to speak, so what does
Yeah,
that, what does that
that's
do?
come up,
So
still
That
a
has-
presence.
Well, we
At
have
the
to make a
end-
decision.
at the
Come on.
end of their meeting, they have a public comment.
Yeah.
So that
Oh,
could
they
be
have it,
any
yeah.
public comment.
Yeah, I
They
think
have
you have
to.
to sign up beforehand.
I think they've allowed people to speak
Yeah.
without signing up,
Absolutely, they have to. I mean, we're taxpayers. I mean, why not?
right?
Because sometimes they have public comment at the beginning.
Exactly.
Okay,
Well, they- yeah.
all right, we gotta cut discussion.
That's what we
What,
do.
what's the pleasure of the board? Susan, are you voting no, or are you abstaining?
I'd like a couple of people to go. I'm voting no to the entire board showing up.
Okay, so that's 2 no's. And so it passes. Yeah. So we'll amend it, we'll adjourn this meeting at 7:45. And, well, anybody who isn't comfortable with it doesn't have to go.
Right.
So that makes,
It leaves the decision up to you,
yeah,
right,
right,
as an individual.
okay. All right.
Well, no, if the vote's going, I'm going.
Is this at
I'm
the,
going wherever those
And
cookies
so
are.
what was the?
Yeah.
Just-
Well,